The United States of America was the greatest country before Trump, and it's the greatest country now after Trump. The white supremacists want to go back. They want to go back to the days when it was legal to own slaves.
You are about to be entertained by the ape, the young man who has become a legend in his own time. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth. All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. It's the Ron Kelly Show, and it's on blogtalkradio.com, the RonKellyShow.com, Facebook, YouTube, and X, they call it now. It's been a while since I've been on the radio, and now they call it X. It's not even Twitter anymore. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm still in the process of trying to build a new set and all of that. So give me some time. And we'll get that all straightened out. Anyway, I was sick. I was a little I was way under the weather. I was very sick. I was even, matter of fact, I was even in the hospital. I was in the hospital, and it was rough. It was rough, but God, thank God for God, because if it wasn't God, hell would be overflowing with people. Nobody would get a chance. Anyway, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for bringing me back to fruition, I guess you can say. Anyway, it's about 7 o'clock. We do same day, same time, Thursday night, 7 p.m. The Ron Kelly Show, all across the social media spectrum. So what is negative? What is? See how my lighting is all jacked up, but I felt like I had to go on today. But what is negativity? Because we talk about, you ever bring something up and somebody says, "Oh, why are you being so negative?" Even when you're telling the truth, So, I'm reading. I've done a lot of reading since I was off work. Because I was off work and I was home for a good while. And I've been reading, and and they talk about. I read about these stores, Target, Walgreens, Walmart, moving out of certain areas. And people like to jump on the bandwagon. Oh, they're being racist. Oh, they don't want to serve the Black community. But when you watch a video, when you watch a news clip, all you see is Negroes running into the stores, the flash bang, whatever they call it, flash robbery, whatever. And you see our people. You don't see Asians. You don't see white folks. And the first thing we'll say is like, oh, well, they're not showing the Asians. Oh, they're not showing the white folks. They're not showing because they're not out there. It's us. So when you mention that, it's like, oh, why are you being so negative? Why are you being so negative? It's not to be negative. You're telling the damn truth. We the ones that, shoot ourselves in the foot more than anybody else. And so I'm like, that's not negative. So that's the first thing you hear. Oh, you're being negative. Oh, but you got to tell the truth, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta tell the truth about what's going on in America today. And those people are moving because they're tired of getting robbed. That's why they're moving. They're not moving because they're trying to be a racist. They're moving because they're tired of getting robbed. Maybe if we weren't going into these stores and running out with arms full of hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise, maybe the people would stay there. But I would move too. I would move too. I'd be like, you know what, I'm out of here because I'm tired of getting robbed. I'm tired of getting robbed. Then you see it, San Francisco, New York, DC, down. All over the country in the urban areas, you see our people running into the stores and running out with an arm full of goods, smash and grab, smashing the jewelry cases, grabbing the jewelry. I would move too. I would move too. So shout out to any of my people who, probably figured I wasn't coming back no more and kind of stuck with me. And on the Blog Talk Radio, for example, there was like 6,000 more listeners on Blog Talk Radio than there were when I left. But the thing about it, though, is like in Blog Talk Radio, there were a bunch of commercials on Blog Talk Radio, commercials that I didn't authorize. So I'm going to have to fight with these people to see, if I can get paid for that. Anyway, it's just a couple minutes past the hour, everybody. It's the Ron Kelly Show. I wonder if, Facebook, or on YouTube, Ron Kelly Show YouTube channel, and on Twitter, or X, as they call it, as well. So you're not being negative when you're facing reality. It's not negative, It's not negative. We're the ones that are going to the stores. We're the ones with smash and grab. You never see white folks. You never see Asians. It's just us, So Walmart moves away. Now you're mad because you can't shop at Walmart no more. Because you stole everything, and the people get tired of being robbed. Anyway, So we got to stop with that. You got to face reality. We got to stop with that. Well, you're being negative. No, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. Anyway, so yes, it's the big news, because something always happens to take the news away from something that they're focusing on. Like, for example, they were focusing on Ukraine is in the background. And Ukraine is off the stage. Because first it was Ukraine, and everybody was in Ukraine. All the CNN, Fox, the MSNBC, all the cable channels were camping out in the Ukraine. And now, since Israel and Hamas started this fight, people are they've shifted over to Hamas and Israel. And you have to be careful what you say about the Israelis. You have to be careful, because I have to be careful as a media person. I have to be careful because, because people, you'll be branded as being an anti-Semite if you mention something about Israel. Or if you advocate for the Palestinians, you are, branded as being anti-Semitic, because all across America and all of the colleges, for example, the colleges, they are protesting what's happening to the Palestinians, and so the college students are now kooks and freaks and monsters because they're advocating for the Palestinians. So the Palestinians are really catching it. But it wasn't the Palestinians who came into Israel and did what they did. It was Hamas. It was Hamas. It wasn't the Palestinian people. And now these people are suffering like you wouldn't believe. The people are suffering. They don't have any water. They don't have anything to eat. Because it's just like Ukraine. Like, even if Russia said, okay, never mind, we're going to go back home, what do the Ukrainian people have to go back to? What do they have to go back to? The country's been totally just flattened, destroyed. There may be a town or two that survived the bombing, maybe like Kyiv, where the capital of Ukraine, they might have survived. I think that town is not totally destroyed because everybody can't move into Kyiv. So where are they going to go? And it's just like the Palestinians now. They're telling them, Israel is telling the Palestinians to move to the southern part of the Gaza Strip. But and the Hamas, the people of Hamas could have left already because there's a whole beach. They could have left. the Hamas, the terrorists, or what they call them. They could have left. So Gaza City has been flattened. So even if they do let the people come back, where are they going to go? Where are they going to? How are they going to rebuild? They were already poor. Everything has to be imported. Fuel, food, water, everything has to be imported. And then they got the desalination machines that clean the water to make it drinkable. And now they don't have any fuel. So the hospitals, some of the doctors were operating and with people holding cell phones. People were holding cell phones over the patient for light because there's no light. So these people are suffering, miserably. Now you might say, well, see, you can't. One, what's good for the goose ain't always good for the gander. And one. Two wrongs don't make it right. Was Hamas wrong? Damn right they were wrong. What they did, killing people, burning bodies, taking babies out of the house. I mean, it was horrible what they did. It was horrible. But now that Israelis, who have hundreds of thousands of troops, all the muscle you can get because they get their stuff from the United States of America, who provides $3 billion a year in subsidies to Israel, and all the equipment that they can use. Now they have all the equipment that they can use. So now they're blasting off on the Gaza Strip and Gaza City. Like I said, these people are already poor. So where are they going to go now? Where these people are going to go now? It's about 13 minutes past the hour. Yeah, I'm still in the process of trying to put things together because I wasn't sure whether I would bring this show back. Especially on Facebook, because our YouTube is okay. I haven't seen the X numbers yet because I don't have a thing. I hope that we're being broadcast on Twitter, formerly known on X, formerly known as Twitter. But I wasn't sure I was going to bring the show back. I was saying to myself, oh well, I've been doing this for a while, and maybe it's time to, hang it up. But when you've been doing something for so long and you really love it, it's hard to give up. It's hard to give up. It's hard to go on. So when I look up in the corner of because the computer tells me how many people are listening. So when I look up in the computer, in the corner computer, and I see a 0, that means nobody is listening to me right now, at least on Facebook. Nobody's listening. And it's hard. It's kind of demeaning. You'd be like, wow, nobody's listening to me. But, you go on. Because anyway, most of the listeners people would always listen after I taped the show and posted on Facebook. Then the people would watch. But this type of business is hard. It's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to get discouraged in this business. Now, I don't know if people on mobile, I have to find out if it counts mobile listeners too, because Ron Kelly's show can be, it can be on mobile. So it's difficult to, this is a tough business. It's like going on the Apollo and getting booed off the stage. You can imagine how they feel after they get booed off the stage. So when I look up in the corner of my computer and I see a 0 as far as people who are watching, it's demeaning. I feel you kind of like, wow, because there's been times where I even just shut the show off. I was so disgusted. I just shut the show off. I stopped right in the middle of the show. It was 17 minutes into the show, and I would shut it off. But nobody who has gotten anywhere didn't get there without some heartache. Not that this is heartache, but I'm just saying. So anyway, so it's really going down over there with the Israelis and the Palestinians, and I do believe that because we're already in it. People are saying, "Oh, well, America's going to get in it." We're already in it. The United States of America is already in it. So when is Halloween? Halloween is what? Next Halloween is October, right? Yeah, next week. All right. So what I'll do is shout out to Julia Porterfield, Amica and Porterfield Transportation. I'll get you the information on them in just a second. Anyway, we take a break, come back with more, maybe. It's the Ron Kelly Show, and it's on blogtalkradio.com. Yes, indeed, I am the man. What a news cycle this is. This guy has got to go. Trump has got to go. George Floyd snuffed out by this police officer who's supposed to be serving and protecting people.
It's the Ron Kelly Show.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Ron Kelly Show. And it's on the Ron Kelly Show Facebook page. It's on my YouTube channel, Ron Kelly Show YouTube channel, and on X. I guess it's on X. I have to look and see. 18 and a half minutes, 40 hour. So two wrongs don't make a right. Getting back to the Israel and Palestine. Two wrongs don't make it right. I'm interested to know, you can make a comment if anybody's watching. You can make a comment on, hey, nobody listened to Howard Stern either when he first came on the air. It'd be nice to wind up like him. I want to know what people are thinking. You can if you're watching or listening on Facebook, you can post your comment on Facebook, and as soon as you post it, I'll see it. But so you can't really say too much about Israel, and the Palestinian people are not getting any. You got every major network in America reporting from Israel, Tel Aviv, Sderot, and all of these places, but there's nobody in Palestine. Nobody, because the Palestinians are like the black people they're like the black people of the Middle East, the Palestinians. They're like the Negroes of the Middle East, because they see these people. Of course, I don't advocate what Hamas has done. Not at all. They were dead wrong for what they did, and they deserve to be punished. But the Palestinian people don't deserve to be punished, and that's exactly what's going on right now. The Palestinian people are being punished for what Hamas did. Now, they did vote Hamas in, from what I understand. They, to run the country, they did vote Hamas in. But I don't know if the Palestinian people knew what Hamas was getting ready to do. I don't think they knew. I really don't think that they knew. And now it is awful over there. I mean, it's terrible. No food, no water, no fuel, because the hospitals have generators and they need fuel to produce power, to power the medical equipment, the life-saving stuff, the respirators and all of this stuff, and they don't have any fuel. So all the people that are in the hospital are going to die. Now Israel does not want to send, and I'm not taking anybody's side. I'm just telling you what the deal is. Israel does not want to send fuel. Israel does not want to send fuel to Palestine. To Gaza, the Gaza Strip, because they're afraid that Hamas is going to take it and use it. But I think the UN could provide some kind of protection to make sure that the fuel gets where it's supposed to go. I think that they can do that. So, I think that they can do that. I'm trying to see if the show is even on. And the show is not on. Okay, so the show is not on. Well, no, nobody's listening because the show's not on.